Model production programs can be huge. And I'm talking about literally thousands of points going all across the different programs. And many times this can be hard to visualize. Even when you're narrowing down to a specific program or path, the touch sensing points take a lot of space in there. Each touch sensing point can take 2 or 3 targets. We have thought about how to resolve the problem to visualize it in a better way than you can even do it on a real robot, on a real production system. That's why we come up with a simplified version for the representation of touch sensing points.
So this is our programming station. And let's say I want to program here a simple weld with a couple of searches. I'm gonna go quickly change some of the programming defaults just to set up the touch correctly. Select the touch by point indication. And in this case, I'm gonna do it with the touch by wire. I'm gonna swipe to create the weld, and then I'm gonna create 1, 2, and 3 touch points on one side and 2 touch points in the other side. Now, if you're familiar with this, you already know this will create 3 points for each one of the touch sensing operations. And you will see now the new representation that we have. For each one of these representations, we are saving 3 possible targets that we need to represent as touch points. But when you go inside of each one of it and when you're trying to navigate, you will see temporarily just the point indications of that particular touch point. This becomes really useful when your programs start growing, and they can start growing really quickly. For example, here I'm gonna go a simple mirror of this group from one side to the other. And then I'm gonna duplicate both of these groups 6 times across each one of the plates that we have in our workpiece. As you can quickly see in the pre-visualization of the targets, this starts growing really quick. If we add 1 extra point to enable the external axis and then we take a look at our toolpath, we can see that we already have, it's more than 300 points for this program that we created in less than 1 minute. However, if you zoom in, you can clearly see which one is the beginning and the end of each one of the individual seams, which one is the approach and which one is the retract. And in case you want, you can go to any of the individual touch points and you can immediately start working with them and visualize them correctly. Of course, you have always the option to go directly to your filters and then come back to the original representation. But when you have such a nice thing as this, why would you ever do that? This, in combination with the filters that we already have for the visualization of more or less operations or groups, it will help you manage the very large programs that you will probably be doing within FASTSUITE E2.